Back in May of 1977, our planet was in its usual state of plague and pestilence and famine. But something happened. It was an event, and it reminded people that good can triumph over evil. The event was a film premiere, and that film raised the spirits of not only Americans, but people all over the world for months and months to come. The film, of course, was Star Wars. It went on to become the highest-grossing film in motion picture history. And now, the long-awaited sequel, Darth Vader and the forces of evil have regrouped as the Empire strikes back. The Empire Strikes Back was shot on huge sets in England and on the icy glaciers of Norway. But much of the special effects were added in the San Francisco Bay Area. Monsters, spaceships, and even costume designs began with the drawings of creative artist Ralph McQuarrie.
I work with George Lucas on concept for all the objects that go in the film, or a good many of them. I think doing the painting and the design work on the Cloud City, I think that was the thing that I enjoyed most.
Oh, no one to meet us.
I don't like this.
What would you like?
Well, they did let us land.
Look, don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine. Trust me. See? My friend. Keep your eyes open, huh? Hey! Why, you slimy, double-crossing, no-good swindler. You got a lot of guts coming here after what you pulled.
After the drawings, the next step is often to build scale models, and lots of them, from a couple of inches tall to full scale. And while many are deceptively small, they must be able to move or open or shut in order to create complicated film illusions. And this is the work of model makers Phil Tippett and his associate, Lauren Peterson.
Both of these are walkers, just in different scales. It's kind of this example I was talking about of big and small, used for shooting it under either different conditions or for getting further away from the model. You just make the model smaller. There's even one that's about 4.5 feet tall of this particular creature. And this is the smallest of them, but he still moves.
Echo Station 3T8.
We have spotted Imperial walkers.
Imperial walkers on the North Bridge.
Jon Berg explains how he brings models made of plastic or steel or fur to life on the big screen. It's a technique that appears futuristic, but it's actually been around since the beginning of film history.
This is all bolted down to a set. We'll photograph a frame of film in this position, move it about that much, photograph that again, and move it again, and repeat this process over and over until we have a number of seconds of film. And when the film is run, it gives the impression that the character is moving by itself. There was a full-scale model built that they took to Norway and photographed in the snow, and the actors got on that. And they're quite often when you see a close-up of the actor, you'll see a portion of the Taun-Taun or a close-up of his head, and that's a full-scale one.
And then what's the purpose of this smaller model?
That's when any scene where you see where it's running around with a rider on its back and it's completely moving all the time, and the feet are flopping into the snow and everything's happening. That's what this is.
This is a new technique?
No, it goes back almost to the beginning of motion pictures. Turn of the century, George Millet used it in 1903. And it's the principle on which motion pictures are built.
Well, for those of you who love the romance and the adventure of Star Wars, you'll be glad to know that the sequel doesn't mean the end of the Star Wars saga. George Lucas plans a triple trilogy, 9 films dealing with the Star Wars theme. So R2-D2 and C-3PO will be with us for years to come. May the Force be with you.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.